Justin Jefferson, one of the best players in the whole NFL. Last year he had 154 targets, 103 receptions, 1,533 yards with a 14.9 average and 10 touchdowns. Next year he's projected to have 175 targets, 116 receptions, 1,455 yards, 12.6 average with 10 touchdowns. Ever since he's gotten to the NFL, all he did is produce. He has a league high 7,432 yards receiving since 2022. He's had over 100 catches and 1,500 yards and 8 touchdowns in the last 3 seasons. This dude's a future Hall of Famer. That's why he's at the top of the draft boards. Pick him up if you could, ASAP, first round. Saquon Barkley. Man, this dude got to be the best player in the NFL. By the end of last year, he was putting up crazy, stupid numbers. Man, if you get a chance to pick this guy up first round, you better grab him up ASAP, okay? Last year, all he did was have 345 carries with 2,005 yards with a 5.8 average, 13 touchdowns, 33 receptions, 278 yards catching with another 2 touchdowns. He's a dual threat guy, and he could easily get way more touchdowns this year by putting the ball in the end zone. He always gets to the goal line, and they let Jalen Hurts do the tush push to get the touchdown. This dude is going to be the absolute MVP this year. He got to be. Mark my words. Jamar Gibbs. This dude, all he do is just get touchdowns. You watch the game, he touches the ball, he's electric. Last year he had 250 carries, 1,412 yards with a 5.6 average, 16 touchdowns, 52 receptions, 517 yards catching with 4 touchdowns out the backfield. This dude is the #1 reigning fantasy running back from last year. And things ain't going to change this year. He splits time with Montgomery, but Gibbs makes the most of his opportunities. Every time he touches the ball, he's going to make something happen. He's going to give you all the bang for your buck. I love him here as one of the top running backs in the first round. If you got a chance to grab him up, you better get him because he's definitely going to produce with the Lions with that high-power offense. They're going to be in the mix for the NFC Championship. CeeDee Lamb. This dude down Dallas, they're going to be swinging the ball around this year. Dak Prescott going to be looking for him left and right. This is his main man. Last year he had 152 targets, 101 receptions, 1,194 yards catching with 11.8, 6 touchdowns. He had 14 carries on 70 yards. This year they expect him to get 170 targets, 117 receptions, 1,438 yards, 12.3 average with 8 touchdowns. I got him getting more receptions and yards and touchdowns with Dak being back. Only thing is, now that they got Pickens, he's going to steal a little bit of the targets and a little bit of the shine. But CeeDee Lamb is a bona fide dog. He's going to put up numbers for you. He's a top flight wide receiver. You better get him in first round. Christian McCaffrey. This dude was hurt last year. But when he ain't hurt, he's arguably the best fantasy player in all of football. The 49ers are going to feed this guy to rock, without a doubt. Last year he had an off year because he was injured. But this year, he's projected to get 261 carries, 1,189 yards, 4.6 average, 9 touchdowns, 72 receptions, 612 yards, and 3 touchdowns. He's going to have a great bounce back year, probably the comeback player of the year. I know he had some injury issues from last year, but it's a new year. 49ers are going to bounce back, be back in the mix, and this dude's going to be right in the middle of everything. It's definitely worth taking in the first round. Puka Nakua from the Rams. This dude, when he's in the game, he goes hard. Last year, he had 106 targets, 79 receptions, 990 yards, 12.5 average with 3 touchdowns, 11 carries, 46 yards, and a touchdown. He goes hard, and he also gets hurt. Also, they got Davante Adams there. I don't know who's going to be the number one receiver for real. I think Puka's ranked a little too high here. I know he's a beast. He's going to do what he's going to do, but I wouldn't take him in the first round. I think he is in position here to have a letdown year with your boy Davante Adams there getting busy, and I will hold off on taking him this early, but do what you do. Ron St. Brown, man, he does his thing every game with the targets. He had 141 targets, 115 receptions, 1,263 yards with 11 average, 12 touchdowns. He had a couple carries. This dude is really consistent. Every game, Goff be looking for him. Every game, he gets busy. Every single game. He could get some better touchdown numbers, and he could get a better average. But he's a possession receiver. He's very consistent and is a top 5 wide receiver every year. He's as solid as it comes. He's a great first-round pick. Even with the running back in the first round, they're a great tandem, and I think he's going to have a big, big year. My league neighbors, the New York Giants. This dude came in as a rookie and went ham. Absolutely ham. He had 170 targets, 109 receptions, 1,204 yards with 11 yards a catch, 7 touchdowns, and he had a couple carries in there. This year, he's projected to have 169 targets, 107 receptions with 1,421 yards with a 13.3 average and 8 touchdowns. This dude's one of the best rookies that came out in a long, long time. I really expect him to be a top-tier guy this year, super top-tier. And he might be the very best receiver this year when he hooks up with Russell Wilson. Be on the lookout for Malik Neighbors, first round. Ashton Jeanty, the rookie, Boise, went to the Raiders. It's hard to judge rookie running backs, but this dude checks all the boxes. I know the Raiders is going to give him the rock. They're going to feed him. He's projected to get 273 carries, 1,248 yards rushing with a 4.6 average and 8 touchdowns, 63 catches, 482 yards receiving with 2 touchdowns. That puts him as one of the top dual threat running backs. And this dude got a chance to be a super beast in the NFL. So I'll be on the lookout for this guy right here. This guy potentially has one of the highest ceilings out of everybody because he's going to be on the Raiders, and Pete Carroll's going to be getting him the ball like Marshawn Lynch. Devon Achane, Miami Dolphins. This dude is new to the tops of the fantasy football realm. Last year he had 203 carries, 907 yards rushing with a 4.5 average, 6 touchdowns. He had 78 receptions, 592 yards receiving with 6 touchdowns. Those are great numbers out the backfield catching. This year, he's projected to get 218 carries with 1,000 yards rushing, 4.6 average, 9 rushing touchdowns with 74 receptions, 559 yards catching, and 4 touchdowns. Ain't no way I'm taking this dude this early in the first round. When Tua was hurt last year, he only averaged 9.8 fantasy points per game, and Tua is hurt every year. Proceed with caution.